Morning everybody, Mike Niemiec here with some early morning grain and oilseed comments for Thursday, April 24th. Overnight trade, we have a mixed bag going on in here. We have the wheat market up roughly a dime at this point in time, but the corn market up 2 to 3 cents. While we have the nearby beans unchanged, the nearby meal up $1.50. We're seeing a little bit of correction in the spreads, old crop, new crop in those beans and in the meal. We have the new crop beans down around 3 cents and new crop meal down around $1. Soybean oil across the board down 10 points. So once again, we have liquidation on two fronts and or correcting of spreads, that being in the old crop, new crop beans and in the meal. And then we're also seeing another trend that has been developing this week, and that being the oil seeds losing to the grains, with once again the grains up last night and the oil seeds a little bit on the defensive. There have been ongoing topics to maybe try and say that the fundamentals have been kind of flown with this trade direction that we've seen of late, but we've also are running into option expiration tomorrow for the May contracts. So once again, that has some type of liquidation naturally occurring in the marketplace. We're also next week coming into the end of the month, and we're also coming into first notice day for the May futures. And that also exhibits liquidation in the marketplace when those times come. And we're potentially seeing that occurring in the marketplace along with the fundamental news, which has been somewhat supporting the grains and offset by the negativism in the oilseeds. The oilseeds being negatively infected by the talk of China still continuing to wash out and or not want beans at this point in time, which backs up into Brazil and or in Argentina, backing up their basis levels in conjunction with them harvesting their crop, which still looks to be quite large. And without the Chinese wanting beans and the South Americans having beans and the U.S. being tight of beans at this point in time in the old crop, the position of the U.S. potentially getting their problem solved with the imports, with these excess supplies around the world, once again seeing the liquidation coming in the bean and in the meal spreads. We'll get our export sales out later on this morning, and we'll find out if we are indeed still continuing to cut back on our bean usage numbers, as opposed to seeing a little bit of a better improvement in the corn and in the wheat exports, corn in particular, which once again has helped the grains versus the oil seeds. We'll also get a Canadian planted acreage number coming on out this morning as well. They're looking for Canadian wheat acreage to be down versus a year ago, while canola acreage is being up. And once again, in conjunction with the oilseed increase in South America, ideas that the U.S. will be planting more oilseed crops this year versus a year ago. The rest of the world is on a rampant page to increase oilseeds versus the grains, thus also adding to the fundamental liquidation of the soybeans versus the corn and wheat. In the near term, we're still watching our weather. Short term, it still looks to be hampering corn planting progress. The extended outlook looks a little bit more mixed. So once again, that also being a forefront issue to the marketplace. Once again, these are my opinions, not that of ADM or ADMIS. Thank you.
That's his favorite place. She was at the football game last night. 25 and a quarter. UVA.